Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin the Cracking Crypto Market Update, I should say. Man, that's going to be hard to break, huh, guys? It's, of course, Tuesday, November 30th, the monthly close. We're about to head into the month of December, and the market seemingly rocked with some decent volatility across, well, everything from traditionals to the Dixie to, yes, the crypto space. Hourly looking pretty gnarly. In fact, let me flip my trading view chart on the left here to the hourly, and you'll see what I'm talking about, guys.
I think it's a fake out.
Pretty wild price action, guys.
I think it's a fake out before close.
Yeah, Bitcoin moved down 5% over the midnight hours and then picked up 6, and then we're back down. Ranging pretty crazy, guy. Pretty big moves. In Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything. Things are looking pretty exciting, guys. Really excited to get into the price action. We're going to get into all that in a minute. Of course, I'm going to get the man on screen right now. Let's get this guy in here. We got, of course, Jason Bauman, everybody. One of the analysts, one of the lead analysts here, I'd say, at the Cracking Cryptocurrency. Our boy is on screen, and do tell, how's everything going? I think I was watching some of your trades in the signals yesterday. I think you hit a couple take profits in at least 2 of them, right?
Well, no, we closed out a bunch of different trades yesterday. That was actually from over the weekend. It was a busy weekend, so I didn't quite have time to get to the terminal and get everything updated. But yeah, we've hit quite a few. Closed out a lot of different positions. I kicked ass on Alice, 19% out of that. I think 6 different trades. I had to close 2 trades out, FTM and Axie. Just got played on that one, on that big movement down to the weekend. But other than that, everything's looking really good. Ended up taking MATIC and Kusama yesterday at close. Was thinking about taking that ETH trade, but the MATIC one had a rising explosion level, and I was limiting myself to 2. But the ETH did end up playing out. I thought I might have another day, but unfortunately not. But Kusama and MATIC are playing out perfectly so far, so I can't really complain about that because it would have been the same case if I took the ETH. So
you hit TPs on those yet?
Oh, not yet. Kusama's creeping in there right now. I think we're up about 5% on that. MATIC is hovering right around break even after a nice buyback. So I'm liking that price action in conjunction with the signal, which usually leads to a little bit of continuation. But the markets today, very interesting on lower time frames. The volatility, I think that it's getting ready for the monthly close, and I think that we could see some intraday volatility. But I mean, I want to be bullish here, but like I was saying yesterday on that 3-bar reversal to the downside on Bitcoin, it'll be something to look for on today's close, because if we get that negative close on today's candle, then I think that we might likely have further downside before upside. So
all right, we're going to explore that thesis in just a little bit, guys. I'm going to get into the news now, so let's put Jason away, get into the news. We do have 90 minutes in store for you today, guys. We will indeed explore that entire idea. What will the monthly close look like? Jason will look at a chart, maybe the 2 scenarios, to see which way this could go. Very excited to see today's close.
Up or down.
Yeah, up or down. We're definitely going one of those. But I guess we'll see in the TA segment which way this bodes. Are we still keeping up this trend? We'll maybe visit the monthly chart and see how that trend.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I mean, it is the monthly close. It's no better time.
Indeed. So very excited to get into that, guys. Big shout outs to Jason holding it down on Tuesday. Excuse me. Alex, I think, will be back tomorrow. We'll see. I'll be in touch with Alex. I'll figure that out. So if not, it might be a string of Jason installments this week. Although he doesn't seem to be
enough of me, baby.
You ain't slacking, bro. So I got no problem calling on you. You're one of our best operatives in the field. We got a special assignment just for you. All right. With that said, let's go ahead and get into the news, guys. Not gonna let this go too long. Let's see here. All right, we're good. First piece comes from Bitcoinist, and it reads: blockchain is disrupting the future of KYC, from digital identities to shared KYC frameworks. Yes, this I think one of the major applications, guys, moving forward. You know, we talk about like the sexy stuff sometimes. You know, we talk metaverse, we talk DeFi. You know, yield farming protocols.
Never really get under the hood.
But this is one application for this stuff that kind of isn't as exciting, but I do think this is going to be a big one. So let's see if this article does any justice to this topic. Know your customer procedures play a fundamental role in combating against money laundering and financing of terror. According to a 2018 report by the KPMG, banks spend close to $25 billion every year on financial crime risk management. Nonetheless, it's all for a noble cause given the rise of financial crime and terrorist financing in recent years. While KYC procedures for different governments and private institutions seek to solve similar issues, the approach varies from one jurisdiction to another. For instance, in some advanced countries like the US, the citizens are often subjected to more stringent KYC processes than other counterparts in developing economies. Likewise, the KYC approach for different financial markets varies depending on fundamental factors such as the type of investment you're making or the regulatory framework governing your specific market. So today we have emerging niches such as the crypto market, where KYC procedures are less rigorous than traditional market standards. And should that be the case? Well, there are many takes on whether KYC should be incorporated within the crypto ecosystem. On one hand, regulators are pushing for the adoption of similar KYC measures that govern existing financial markets. Meanwhile, some crypto stakeholders are hell-bent on preserving the value of anonymity, noting that KYC takes away from this aspect. So for a long time, the crypto markets operate with minimal regulations until recent years when regulators have caught up with our trend. The need for compliance oversight has given rise to several regulatory frameworks, such as European Union's the 5AMLD. We've covered this before on the show, which came into action in January 2020. At first, crypto-related businesses were hesitant to adopt 5AMLD, but most folded over the years, and the rest have since opted for more regulatory-friendly jurisdictions, such as the Cayman Islands, Cyprus, and Bermuda. The question, however, are these jurisdictions crypto-friendly or simply complacent when it comes to compliance oversight? While there are many takes depending on which side of the fence one sits on, a recent report by Ransomware Task Force suggests that KYC/ML procedures could play a significant role in toning down the number of malicious attacks. Most ransomware today is paid through cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, enabling attackers to hide their tracks. But according to this report, the adoption of coordinated international KYC approach could solve the growing ransomware problem, as attackers will be easily tracked based on their personal information. And let's have a look here. And I'm going to go into this one a little further, guys. This one is worth exploring simply because this is something that really is, I think, going to be one of the next major challenges we have to overcome as a space, guys. And if anything, I'm worried this is going to be not just for financial protocols. I feel like they're going to pretty soon going to require KYC just to log on to the damn internet, just to get a KYC.
Yeah. I could totally see that, especially in conjunction with all the metaverse stuff. Like, in order to have any kind of like account within the metaverse, probably gonna have to KYC, right?
I mean, it goes against the ethos of it, but the government could just kind of really step in here, ham-fisted, and say it's like, no, if we catch you, even doing stuff like playing to earn games on the blockchain, if you're not doing it with like a KYC registered account, and we catch you, using interacting with an address that you haven't properly registered with the government, they could potentially, that could be the law, and you get in big trouble over that, right? So it's not hard for the government to come down with something very ham-fisted, and this is a big question we have to ask ourselves now, like how much KYC is going to be appropriate? Are we going to have to accept this or fight to the bitter death with the government over this? And of course, this article, as you can see, is now making a case for, combating, a lot of fraud. And yeah, you can understand that, there is a case to be made that, like, thanks to blockchain, maybe we can track people quite closely and their movements, and maybe scammers do deserve to come to justice. Maybe as law-abiding citizens, we have nothing to fear by maybe adopting this stuff. I mean, guys, I'm with you if that sounds a little sketchy. But with that said, let's go just explore a little bit more of this. Going by these sentiments, it's evident that crypto ecosystems need to adopt some level of KYC, or at least match the current financial market standard. Unfortunately, they not be as simple as it sounds. Nascent crypto niches such as DeFi have proven the ability to maintain anonymity given their underlying infrastructure. So how can a shared KYC procedure be introduced for all crypto ecosystems? The answer lies in the potential blockchain technology. Now we're getting to the meat of this, guys, and this is identity, right? Identity, on-chain identity management, I think, is going to be, like I said, one of these less sexy technologies that's going to be coming out of this. The crypto ecosystem is built on blockchain, of course, leveraging its value as decentralized infrastructure. Over the years, a lot of focus has been made on maximizing this value to introduce a self-sovereign ecosystem where anyone can participate. However, stakeholders now realize in the blockchain can do more than support crypto. That technology could be used to develop cost-friendly and verifiable KYC frameworks. That's right, guys. I guess a good way of describing it would be decentralized KYC, right? Something like that. KPMG in collaboration with the Blue Zell network. Let's see here, consortium out of Singapore, blah, blah, blah. They are developing something called proof of concept consensus, all right, testing blockchain capabilities in developing integrated KYC ecosystem. The test, which passed Singapore's monetary authority, revealed a shared blockchain-based KYC framework that could reduce the cost of KYC by over 50%. The platform could result in estimated blah, blah, blah. Can this be replicated in DeFi? Though not exactly. DeFi projects like SAFEMOON have advanced the concept of decentralized digital identities. The non-custodial wallet provider uses blockchain tech to give crypto users a unique digital identity. As such, users can use their digital identities stored in SAFEMOON's wallet for KYC verification on various platforms. Yeah, this is very cool. I've seen this actually. This concept is actually, again, this is a kind of a simple idea, introduction to on-chain identity. What you do is basically, you contact like a company you trust. So say in this case would be this SAFEMOON business here. You would disclose your private identity to them, so you'd kind of KYC up with them, and then they'd give you like your keys or your tokens, which would be your NFT. They'd give you an NFT that basically is your digital serial number, saying that yeah, you're a real person, you're KYC'd. It's not public, but SAFEMOON can kind of confirm and I don't know, cryptographically handle your information with privacy. This is a little glimpse of how it might be done in the future, guys, where we may very well be forced. This might be the ultimate compromise, guys. One where the government says, yo, you cannot do any business on blockchain if you're not using something like, say, the SAFEMOON wallet, or you haven't registered with somebody like SAFEMOON. A compromise in which, okay, maybe we don't have to register with a centralized government body, but they'll say you got to register with somebody, use a somewhat decentralized protocol to do so. And so just a little look at how this could go, guys. Indeed, this could be the future, and indeed, one of the things in the future I think we really do need is like on-chain identity verification. This is a little glimpse of that, guys. Not just for KYC, but sometimes it just be important to know that you're talking to the real, such and such on the internet, especially in the world of deep fakes. It's pretty soon. You know how like you KYC, they get you to turn the camera on. You have to get the piece of paper out, write your name and state your business and your date on it.
You look like a doofus.
Yeah, have you guys done like the more advanced one on Binance? It's becoming clear that they're having, obviously, like people are probably making deep fake style fakes to try to get around KYC, and it's clear when you're checking out some of the more advanced KYC now that they're really trying to suss that out. It goes to show you that identity, again, with the world of technology and deepfakes and AI and all that, how are you even going to be able to identify who's real, who's not in this future world? Blockchain-based, some kind of identity verification system, guys, is going to be a big part of what makes a lot of this tech happen in the future. With that said, that's a nice exposition on this topic. With that said, we'll probably breeze through the next few because there isn't a whole lot news today, but there you go, a little extended look into that. Crypto Slate. Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin proposes fix for high gas fees. Well, it's about damn time. Buterin has unveiled new Ethereum improvement proposal number 4488, a network upgrade to limit the surging gas prices prevalent on the network. Wait a minute, didn't we just have a fork for EIP that's supposed to... No, that's not what it did? Alright, guys, well, let's go look. Crypto billionaire Vitalik Buterin has suggested a new short-term solution to curb soaring gas prices on the Ethereum network. The solution involves a new network upgrade that reduces the transaction call data cost, as well as limits the total transaction call data in a single block. Surging gas price fees on Ethereum have constantly plagued the network, where investors have been paying a very high transactional gas fee to execute a crypto transaction on the network. Explosive surging gas prices prompting many users to migrate to other cost-effective networks, and this has compelled many investors to ditch Ethereum altogether. Debatable, but yes, quick fix that limits high gas fees is going to be this EIP 4488. intends to restrict the soaring gas fee prices. All right, there isn't a whole lot to really review here. They got an idea. They're going to tinker under the hood with this EIP 4488. Hopefully they can ram this through quickly.
They got to do something. Something's got to give.
No, I want to see people ape in into the space over the holiday season, right? We need this nice holiday pump. I want to take, I want to blow 2021 out with a bang.
I want a repeat of December last year.
Right.
We just kept going up.
Exactly. Now, in order to do that, guys, maybe Vitalik has got to get off his ass and give us some cheaper fees to make it more palatable to get in, to ape in to your favorite NFT or DeFi projects. All right, guys. So there you have it. Hopefully that pans out. We'll look forward to 4488. Please expedite this, Lord Buterin. Bitcoinist writes, Shiba Inu set to begin trading on Kraken later on Tuesday. All right, guys. Apparently Shiba is now making its trading debut on crypto exchange Kraken. The meme coin has finally been listed on the exchange after weeks of expectation. Tested the listing, then took to Twitter to show it off. Got 2,000 likes. All right, guys, the meme coin. Is this going to be the resurgence? SHIB. I think it made the bubbles today. Yeah, it's actually one of the bigger bubbles. SHIB is a big.
It was up today. A lot more. I think it was up like 27 or 28% at one point.
Got sold into, did it? I mean, that's maybe a good opportunity. Let me see here, guys. Here is a look at the. Oh, yeah, indeed, it did, guys. Well, in the last couple of days. Yeah, pumped, wow, 50% off the bottom, but got sold into in the last 3 days. So go figure. Is the Kraken, is this the sell the news? Looks like it's a sell the news potential event on the SHIB Kraken listing, but there you have it, guys. A little update on your favorite doggy coin. All right, Blockworks Powell writes, we can retire the term transitory inflation. What's this about? Let's give it a look. Federal Reserve has a different definition of the term transitory inflation than most Americans. Chairman Jerome Powell said today on Tuesday, suggesting that the word can be retired. Man, this is a new world we're living in. Like we're just constantly redefining terms. You live in 1984 Orwellian future when there's just like a lot of redefining of terms and changing the perversion of the language, but let's see what this is about. Maybe I'm getting too ahead of myself. Powell appeared alongside Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen before the Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee about the aid and relief package for you-know-what. Let's see here. Lawmakers had a series of tough questions for the two officials, ranging from stablecoin regulation to bond tapering and inflation. Senator Pat Toomey, a Republican from Pennsylvania, expressed frustration at Powell's longtime insistence that inflation is merely transitory. Yeah, we've been hearing this a lot, this transitory inflation term. Apparently he's pushing back on it now. Quote, everything is transitory, said Powell. Life is transitory. Or no, sorry, that was the senator. Okay. Powell responded by redefining the word that ruled headlines for the better part of the year. He said most consider it transitory in the context of inflation to mean the higher prices will be short-lived, Powell said. But the Fed believes that transitory means that inflation will not lead to permanent economic damage. It's just a good time to retire the term. Holy crap. I don't believe it. So basically, he's basically acknowledging that we can't really use transitory because we just gotta acknowledge here that this is permanent. Like, I mean, this is basically just acknowledging this is permanent. You're just giving it up. You're like, well, transitory would imply that like we're transitioning to a lower inflation setup. No, we're not doing that at all, guys. We're just telling you that it's not going to harm.
Baby, we're just in motion.
We're not going to harm the economy. When we say it's like transitory, we mean that well, it's here to stay. But don't worry, it's not going to break anything.
Transgender.
That's hold on. Be careful now. So yeah, transitory. It's, well, who would have thought? Not what I thought, right? And indeed, maybe time to retire this term, Powell said. Well, it's a funny way of redefining it. Nancy Davis, founder of Quadratic, believes Powell's comments are overdue. He says he's late to remove the word transitory, in my opinion. I think it's been very clear from some time now that inflation's impacting the real economy. In terms of impact on markets, I think that means that Fed is going to continue tapering and removing liquidity from financial markets. That means the potential for additional market volatility. Oof, this spells danger, guys. When the music stops, and the Fed stops backstopping this thing, that looks ugly. Powell comments come after he insisted months that higher prices would be fleeting. Policymakers and analysts generally believe that as long as there's longer-term inflation expectations remain anchored, policy candidates should look through temporary swings in inflation. So, longer-term inflation expectations anchored. So just as long as your expectations are not out of whack, as long as you're okay with 5% inflation year over year, don't worry about it. The economy, trust us, guys. The economy will be fine no matter what, is what Powell's saying here. All right. Well, that's my read of it, at least, guys. Let's continue. How are we doing on time? A couple more minutes still left for the news. Let's entertain another story. Protos writes Celsius scrubs the chief financial officer from their site after his arrest in the crypto Ponzi scheme. What's this about? Israeli authorities have arrested the Celsius chief financial officer Yaron Shalem in a sting involving crypto mogul Moshe Hogeg and at least 7 of his associates. Holy crap. I thought Celsius was a pretty up-and-up operation. What is this? CFO and a whole bunch of his associates? Let me get into this, guys. Celsius Network has scrubbed mentions of Shalem from its website. Shalem was listed as the project's CFO as recently as the 24th of November on archive.org and other web archival services.
6 days ago.
Hogeg is facing charges of fraud, money laundering, assault, and more. Full details regarding charges against him and associates are not yet available. Wow, this guy sounds like not just a financial type criminal, but all-around scumbag. How about that? Full-out criminal. A Israeli news outlet Haaretz notes that his various assets include the Israeli soccer team FC Jerusalem. Wow. Holy crap, this is not just nobody. This is a pretty big dude, eh? Owns a soccer team over there. Wow, I guess that's no joke. I mean, not to say that their football's big, but let's continue. Celsius Network Chief Alex Mashinsky previously would not confirm knowledge of this arrest. When Celsius acknowledged the matter finally, it said a team member was under, quote, police investigation and funds held by the company were safe. And according to a police report, they're investigating a total of 18 people involved in alleged fraud and money laundering scheme. Mashinsky denies that he had anything to do with Celsius Network. However, Shalem did work for Hogeg for years, including a CFO, so these guys kind of related, blah, blah, blah. All right, guys, well, here's the tweet. We're recently made aware of a police investigation in Israel involving an employee. Well, more than just an employee, he's your CFO. While there's in no way related to employees' time or work at Celsius, employees immediately suspended. We've also verified no assets were misplaced or mishandled. Kind of a red flag, guys. Alright, I don't want to FUD Celsius too hard. This could be, of course, nothing necessarily affecting any assets over on Celsius. Still a bit of red flags when your CFO turns out to be involved with some very shady people that are all going down for financial fraud type crimes. Yeah, doesn't necessarily speak well of the project or I don't know, their judgment on who the hell to hire. ZY Crypto. Let's get into one of the last stories, guys. ZY Crypto, the next move for Jack Dorsey after stepping down for Twitter is to fully immerse himself in Bitcoin. Yeah, we touched on this yesterday. Jack Dorsey, the man, the 45-year-old, stepping down from Bitcoin. Twitter to hopefully head into Bitcoin. Yep. Jack Dorsey steps down from his role as Twitter CEO, leaving him with spare time. Analysts have pointed out that the allure of crypto was simply too hard to resist for the ex-Twitter CEO. Okay, guys, so here's a theory, right? Was he so crypto crazy and he couldn't make it happen at Twitter that he had to leave to do his own thing? Or was he pushed out? You guys know for years there was that one... what was that guy's name? Maybe somebody in the chat can remind me. There was that one venture capital guy from that one firm, which again, I'm horrible with names, that tried to push Dorsey out as CEO. There was like a hostile takeover attempt. We covered it a few years ago, actually, on the show, guys. You might remember. So you got to wonder, if he has a history of that, was this like a hostile move to oust him, or is Dorsey really going on to greener pastures? But in this case, it writes, in an internal memo to the Twitter team, Jack Dorsey made known his decision to step down from his role as company CEO. He revealed the company's CTO, Mr. Parag Agrawal, will become the new CEO, while Brett Taylor become the board chair. Being known as Bitcoin believer, it's difficult to imagine Jack Dorsey be working on something different aside from Bitcoin. Of course, he famously said, if I were not at Square or Twitter, I'd be working on Bitcoin back at the Bitcoin conference. His interest in Bitcoin ran deep back in 2018. All right, I covered a lot of this yesterday. I really want to rehash all this. But the idea, nonetheless, is...
Seems like a lot of speculation.
Nothing but speculation, guys. But, yeah, Bitcoin certainly and crypto is a passion of his. Twitter, what is the future for Twitter without Dorsey, guys? That is another big question. A lot of people worry. As we know, we've seen on the big social media platforms, I'm thinking Facebook, YouTube. We've
Hey,
seen
man, it's meta. Get it right.
Meta now, yeah. We've seen pretty big censorship campaigns, guys. We've seen, a lot of people canceled. Twitter has kind of remained for all, for better or for worse, a fairly open platform, as open as you can be in today's big tech day, right? Is that going to change? Are we going to see a big crackdown on Twitter? I've seen comments from this new CEO, the new guy in charge, the new number one, this Mr. Arwal, that kind of indicate he's not really much for free speech. He's probably more for policing the platform, and I've read a lot about that lately. Dorsey was just clashing with company culture. Company culture thought that Twitter needs to be more moderated and scrubbed like Facebook. And
it's got to be so hard to be him, man. Just in the sense of like where it started to where it went. Like it got so like corporate so fast. Like
yep. And now
it must have been just a whirlwind of like, holy shit! I never even thought I had to worry about shit like this. Like
it probably got stuffy fast, dude. Got really stuffy really quick because you kind of know what the tech culture in Los Angeles and California is like, right, guys? It's Jack Dorsey might be I don't know, might be an unorthodox thinker, and at least in his circles of Silicon Valley. You guys
got my respect.
Big shouts to the man, Jack Dorsey. Good luck in your adventures going forward. Crypto Globe. And yeah, I got another minute or two left in the news. Bear with me, guys. You can buy this luxury. No, is this? No. This is not what I wanted to look at. This one. Hypebeast reports the Metaflower Super Mega Yacht NFT sells for a record $650,000.
Oh my God.
USD. Man, I'm pretty sure 650,000 USD could buy you a real yacht. But alas, it would probably cost another 650 grand a year to run.
That's a small little yacht.
Yeah, I guess a smaller yacht with probably still insane running costs. With that said, let's take a look, guys. Metaverse developer Republican Realm has successfully sold the Metaflower Super Mega Yacht for 150 ETH, which is about 650k USD, making it digital yacht the most expensive NFT asset that has been sold to date in the Sandbox. That's right, guys. Sandbox. The one with that sand token that's been running and talking about for the last few weeks. This is the biggest NFT to sell in their ecosystem, guys. So I guess the first baller.
Watch out, Axie.
The first baller of Sandbox has been born, right? The first, I don't know, Amaretti Chic with the mega yacht has splurged.
What do you got to do to get in that yacht?
The Sandbox is currently one of the leading metaverse games, boasting collaborations with brands and personalities such as Adidas, Atari, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Binance, Snoop Dogg, the Smurfs, Deadmau5, and many others. Republican Realm has developed a series of, quote, fantasy islands on the platform consisting of 100 private islands. The collection of islands, which consist of villas built on top of NFT land, sold out in under 24 hours and has a current floor price of about 63 ETH, which is about 280,000 USD. The record-breaking Metaflower yacht is an extension of their fantasy islands development and is a one-of-one NFT that falls under the Fantasy Collection, a suite of luxury NFTs, including private islands, jet skis, speedboats, which provide holders exclusive access to
That's ridiculous.
Oh my god, like, oh my god.
Could you imagine, like, popping on your Oculus and getting on a jet ski off a yacht?
No, I can do it. I can do it. And I'm probably going to be one of the people in the space helping push this agenda forward and executing on this and, riding the waves, the virtual waves. But part of me dies inside knowing this is what humanity's going to be. Yeah, humanity's going to be reduced to this. Knowing that, like, a couple decades ago, I'd be spending my riches on real jet skis. Now I spend my riches on digital ones. And I guess this is what they meant when they said you will own nothing and be happy. I'm not going to get the real-life jet ski. I'm not going to get the real-life speedboat. I'm not going to be able to...
You can't just sell that stuff for $650,000 worth of ETH and buy one.
Well, maybe I can spend 6 ETH and rent it for a day.
There you go.
That's maybe the best I can afford, guys. With that said, that's it. I'm sure many of you know what I mean. This is fun and exciting seeing this tech come to life, but like I said, a part of me is just like... Is this because we're not going to be able to allow to have these things in real life? We're not going to have nice things anymore? Is it because jet skis are they hurt the climate and the coral reef when you go speeding by?
Yeah, well, if those do, then the other people are just going to bitch that the processing power and the the computing power that it takes, and the energy is also killing the ozone. So like you can't win.
Nah, I think they're good. I think they're actually going to be quite content with you living in your pod and riding your virtual jet skis. Jason, I got shotgun.
I'm gonna get a Sea-Doo.
I get the shotgun. You get the bitch seat.
I sit on the very back and let my my ass hit the water.
All right. Well, guys, 1:30. There's 30 minutes of news for you. Hope you enjoyed that. It's time to get into the next segment. Big shout outs to our audience. About to go engage with you in just a moment. Let's check in with the bubbles I mentioned earlier. It is a bit of a mixed bag today, but some pretty green bubbles. Stacks is once again leading the charge today. 2 very green days for Stacks. Stacks is up another 20% today, pushing $2.60. Sheeb, yes, Sheeb's having a decent day. Mentioned it as well, maybe ahead of this Kraken launch. This is a Sell the News event. It's up 16% today, being sold into pretty sharply. Let's see here. What else we got? I saw a couple single-digit gainers today in the way of Luna, Tezos. Ethereum's up a few points. Aave's up a little bit. AVAX, Kusama, KCS, Monero, QTUM, Polkadot, you name it. They're up a few. But there's a couple losers. Also down single digits. AMP, GALA.
Well, the funny thing is, if you were to go back 2 hours, a lot of those were red. We've had quite a buyback in the last 2 hours.
Yes, there's quite a bit of volatility heading toward the daily, monthly close. So yes, some buyback. But Ciro, GALA, AMP, Sand, Zek. Zek's down 12%. BAT, and a few others are all down about single digits, 7-8% a piece, guys. So there's a brief look at bubbles. Let's go ahead and get into the live chat. Wait a minute, where's my live chat? There it is. Let's go to the top here. I'm gonna expand out this window. Who's kicking it with us today? The legendary Cracking Cryptocurrency audience is here, and David Rice. Hope you're having a great day. Sit down at the desk and smoke a fatty, says Dave Rice. Well, that's one way to start your day. Get your Wheaties and
get your Wheaties.
Two pape spliff out. Let's make it happen. Jordan's thoughts. Big shouts to you on YouTube. David Rice, come on, let's clam bake this place. What's that mean? Clam bake?
I don't know.
I've never heard that expression. What does it mean to clam bake the place?
It's what the kids are doing, I guess.
All right. Bacon, young Zoomers. Franklin MC, happy Tuesday. Big shout outs to Franklin MC. Ron Legato with us as well on YouTube. Profit Bear, what's up, CC fan? Big shout outs to Profit Bear on YouTube. Crypto Bull 21's with us on D Live. I'm going to have to crack that habit. Which habit would that be? Is it the smoking spliffs first thing in the morning? Come on, guys. Wakey bakey. What do you do? What are you guys doing? Come on, that's no way to live.
Bunch of dirty dopers.
Yeah. It's just a way. Yeah, no comment. Let's continue. Crypto Bull 21. Gonna have to mention that. Mr. Ether. ETH seems like it doesn't know what it wants to do today. Yeah, I can't wait to look at that ETH chart in a few minutes. Crypto Cats. Hey everyone, good evening. Big shout outs to Crypto Cats. Peckham await. All hail the Tezos. Indeed, that Tezos XTZ up today, almost 8%. Anywhere thinking about buying a ship or on Star Atlas right now, man. Thank you to the captains of the Star Atlas Navy fleet.
Just let me on your boat, I guess.
Yeah, I know we can't afford the $650,000 mega yacht, but maybe Anyword can give us a lift in his Star Atlas ship. So welcome aboard, I guess. Crypto Cats, that would be crazy. If I had to do that, I feel like there would be a revolt. Oh, you mean KYCing in order to engage in decentralized, protocols that were supposed to kind of
Wouldn't it?
power people's that. Sorry?
I just was thinking about this in the sense of like the sandbox and like they own the yachts and they own the land and stuff like that. Like they're gonna probably start doing like treasure hunts to where the first person to find it gets whatever it is, and then the prize pool is probably crazy, right?
Yep.
And this is gonna turn into like some people's jobs is like digital treasure hunters.
Yeah, what I'm thinking it's going to turn into is a phone call from the IRS saying, "Sir, we just looked at your address. We see you got fucking 6 jet skis. You got the yacht. You haven't claimed any of this, sir. You live in the cardboard box somewhere in the city here.
We're here to repo you with a thumb drive."
Yeah, it's like, "Sir, we have agents dispatched your way, sir. Please relinquish the blockchain authentication codes and
Like he's like the police come up to his door in reality, and then he goes into the metaverse real quick. He's like, "Run, y'all! They're here!" Like, everyone has to get out of the yacht.
It's the fence. Cheese it. All right.
Everyone log off. Shit.
All right. All right. Always a good time on the show, guys. Philly Carr with us on YouTube. Evening, fellas. I see the Fed chair dropping the word transitory with regard to inflation earlier. Yes, we were talking about that. Apparently, transitory, had a funny way of explaining why they're dropping it. Isn't what we thought it meant, apparently. Let's see here. Peckham 08, you cannot troll with KYC intranet. There's zero of this stuff, online harassment. Why would you not put a drop of blood to verify your internet access? Sounds fair. Yeah, I don't know, man. The problem is that one person's trolling is another person's sincere, rational political belief, right? So you can't marginalize, especially in America where the Constitution protects your right to affiliation and political belief, all that stuff. It's just these two things can't jive. If the internet is going to be the new public domain, and we need to have some of our constitutional protections, I think, extend into that. There's a huge problem right now with censorship and cancel culture, and depersoning people. And so I know to some people it sounds like it's the right thing to do if it's going to do away with trolls, which I'm no fan of either. But I feel like we're making a very inappropriate deal on this one. B-Flow, big shout-outs to you. David Rice, he's in the last couple comments. B-Flow's with us. Longbeard is with us. Good morning, could you guys? Yep, I will. Peckham 08. The second those fees collapse, it will be the end of DeFi. All people will unstake and leave. Well, Peckham 08, I mean, that's one way to look at it, is that our DeFi will blossom because more people will be able to get in and spend less money.
I do think there will be an initial dip, though, because of everyone that's been holding, but I think it'll build itself right back there.
Yeah, that could be it. It's an interesting take. Would it indeed allow people to exit, right? Is that the fees really scaring people on the exits? Peckham 08, they can't get out because of fees. Yep, that could be it, but I mean, maybe people can't get in because of fees, right? So it's like it cuts both ways, right? I know I haven't touched my DeFi in a year. I feel you. I absolutely feel you. I eventually pulled something out of a protocol recently, though. Peckham 08, $200 fee to end my stake of $20 worth of... Yeah, I know. I totally feel you. I don't know how this yield farming was super profitable for many people. Probably if you're a whale and you're making mad returns, then if you have like $1 million in liquidity and it generates $1,000 in yield and the fee's $100, that's completely different than somebody who's got $1,000 liquidity and generates 10 cents in. So it's all the scales that the big people can play at helps offset this.
Don't make sense.
Yep, Profit Bear. For me, I'm already KYC'd because I work for the government. I had to give my fingerprints and then some. So for me to KYC, it's not that big of a deal. I'd love for regulation to kick the bots and the scams. Yep, I agree with the latter half of your sentiment. And I think that because it's
already got you.
Yeah, because it's a rational, lawful approach, I fear this will be easily accepted by most participants in the space. I get it. I get it. If the government says, "Listen, we'll let you onboard your millions of dollars in crypto gains, relatively trouble-free, but you're gonna have to really own up to all your dirty deeds and all your addresses. You can't go hiding speedboats in Sandbox from us." Franklin MC, oh boy, goody. It's not transitory anymore. It's permanent. Yes, sir, it's permanent, but don't you be worried. The economy will be fine. Profit Bear, that was a good bunch of questions for JP and JY. JP and JY. Jake Paul.
Government. Jake
Paul. Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell. Correct. Yes, that was a good bunch of questions.
No, not Jake Paul. You son of a bitch.
I'm sorry. That's my brain. My brain is officially fried.
My media brain.
Yes, the social media and the influencers have officially rewired my brain. Philly Carr, transitory, I think, is an anagram for out of control. Don't ask me. Typo. All right. Profit Bear. I'm most concerned about the government getting involved to collect taxes. Franklin MC deserves to get banned.
I'll KYC if they give a complete record on the blockchain of all of the government spending.
Exactly. I'm willing to make that deal.
That would get people up in arms if they found out where all of our money went. Like,
Yeah, exactly. That's probably
Like,
that's
if you can look at me, we can look at you, bitch. Like,
that's under it's only under that standard would I be willing to kind of adopt,
exactly.
all
Gotta
this
be fair
transparency.
for everyone.
Everybody's got to put their cards on the table, right? It can't just be us and then uh,
And then Big Brother over there.
the political class gets the exemption. Peckham 08, I heard that Dorsey won't go in line with Brandon. Hence, he was told to leave the company. Was canceled by, yeah. I've heard plenty of rumors along that, guys. I don't know. Could be the case. Does the admin have that much sway over them? I don't think so, but I bet you investors and the rest of the culture think otherwise. Profit Bear. Jack quit for the Bitcoin code. Yeah, I guess I did.
Jack Dorsey, I think.
Oh, gotcha. Me. Let's see here. Alex A1SG. Only one thing concerning crypto nowadays. Cardano keeps going down. Oof. Big oof to the Cardano boys. Cardano's still probably still way up from where it was just a year ago, though, I imagine. So not to bag too hard on Cardano. Franklin MC. Yes, let's not get into this topic. Mr. Ether. Isn't Dorsey working on a decentralized exchange? And Twitter sucks. Yeah, I kind of don't like Twitter either.
I never did. I never got it.
God, it's unbearable. The more time I spend on Spaces, the more...
I think people would be shocked about how many social media posts I've made in my life, because it's not very many. And all the ones that I did do were just stupid videos that didn't really mean anything.
I feel you. Alex, I can think of 650,000 things I'd rather spend 650K on. Well, then you obviously don't get crypto, my man. You better sit down and stay broke.
Yeah, you're going to be on the digital shores, man.
Only peasants would.
I can't wait for him to remake that "I'm on a Boat" song in the metaverse.
There you go. That could be an NFT in itself. See, peasants will never get this. The reason why you're broke and poor is because you don't understand the value in spending $650,000 on a sandbox yacht that you can't even use yet. I think. I kid, of course. I jest, Franklin MC, but or whoever I was just.
Investment.
Yeah, it's an investment, bro. Is it good to buy GALA now? We'll look at GALA in just a minute, guys. I appreciate everybody hanging in there. Philly car, 650K would just fill the gas tank on that yacht. Good point, Philly car. Indeed, the running costs of those things are astronomical. Virtual oh boy, I can't even say it. Crypto Cats.
I like that one. I know exactly what you're doing.
Oh, he did a good one. I'll give him that. That is a good one. Seriously, this is Ready Player One becoming reality. Yes, precisely. It's exactly what it is. It's Ready Player One becoming reality. You're gonna live.
I gotta watch that movie.
You're gonna live out of a mold-infested boxcar, but that's okay. Your government-provided Biden VR headset will be it'll be your reprieve from the very horrible world. All they got to do is just have the extra harness that jacks into your brain, and even the bug burgers will taste like
and then you're Neo.
Well, not quite Neo. More
it
like
can make you feel like it.
More like Cypher. You'll be eating the steak. You'll be eating filet mignon while getting bug burgers in real life. With that said, let's go ahead and.
You ever seen that movie Snowpiercer?
Yeah, exactly. It was just like that. Yeah, Snowpiercer is a great example. Pretty much like that, boys. You guys see Snowpiercer? Yes, those are the.
It's a good one.
Where do you, yeah, you guys are somewhere at the back of the car, and well, I'm somewhere in the middle, sending the bug burgers down the assembly line.
I'm back there making the bug burgers, baby.
Yeah, okay. Well, then I'm the guard with the baton, making sure you keep up with the assembly.
Beat the shit out of me.
Well,
as long as you don't act up.
All right. I'm about to dump 100% of what I have left of Cardano. Let's face it. Poopy icon.
Hey, usually it's when you feel like that and dump it is when it reverses, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah, John, let's see how this goes. Mental note, let's check in on Cardano in a few days. Or mental note, I'm going to go buy Cardano right now if somebody's about to capitulate to that degree.
Right, it's usually when you're emotionally about to capitulate that you just can't take it anymore, and then it reverses.
Crypto Bull 21, maybe invest in some Golem. Mr. Ether, you might be onto something, says Profit Bear. Let's see here. Hello, good evening from Alex1233. Crack the habit of saying breaking Bitcoin. Lol, not okay. Gotcha. Yes, that's a bad habit indeed. David Rice. It's not better than all the. Yes. I can't talk about these types of topics. And besides, it's already gone on for quite a bit of while. Let me see here. I think that's everybody. Time to get into the requests. I see the requests coming in right now. Peckham already mentioned. It's time to get into the next scene. Big shout outs to our loyal audience. We're getting into the main scene. Jason, are you ready? I'm jumping into your main scene right now. All right, here we are. We're in. And we're looking at the BTC.D 24-hour chart on Bitstamp. Got Jason's webcam on screen. I'm going to go retrieve all your requests, guys. I'll be back in like a few minutes. We get into those requests. Jason.
All right. Well, I mean, we were sitting right about here yesterday, and pretty much closed right about where I thought we would, right under that 13 EMA. Now we're getting a little price action to the downside. One of that thing that I did talk about yesterday was looking at this pattern inversely and looking at if we're going to end up getting. So if we end up selling into this and closing below that 57.2 range, correlates nicely with this 10 EMA. But yeah, sitting about 57.2. If we get a close below there, then I do think that it's likely we get some more price action to the downside or sideways. But like I said, I want to be bullish here. I think that lower time frames, we did just have a nice like 5 or 6% sell off on the 1 hour, but it got bought up pretty quickly here. So if anything, we're still just ranging within this, and if anything, I think that we have another test to the upside, and whether this breaks or not, I think will be super important. But it's one of those deals that we're just going to have to wait until the daily close to really know what to do with this. Not going to be able to take any kind of position on Bitcoin, but I do think it's going to give us a good idea of the trend that we're going to get. I did want to step out to the monthly here because I think that this is important looking at it. I have this marked out right here because I think that a pullback up to here intraday, close above that 58.6 range would be extremely bullish for a 3-bar play scenario or a 4-bar play. Again, this is the monthly. We can go over here and look at this. Bar 1 must be a wide range bar igniting, which means that it needs to be at least a 2 ATR above its normal movement. As you can see here, you got that candle right here. And then you need the next candle to retrace no more than 50% with relative equal highs or higher high. We got the higher high, as well as did not retrace 50% of this candle. And then we're waiting for a close on this in 5 hours, which I do like the current position of where we are. And then we're going to look to take that to the upside. This would be the buy of... You'd buy on this close and look for expansion and put your stop loss below the low of bar 2, which would be right here. So your stop loss would come down to 53,308, and then you're looking to take this with expanding volatility to the upside, which we do have a rising explosion level out of the monthly with a crossover on... it's odd that it said... Oh, sorry, looking at Minx here. Time transformation just signaled it here. So I do think that this is something to take into account here. Could have some play to the downside, but I like the idea of the volatility before the monthly close getting all wacky, kind of getting all those retracements in and out before it can move up and leave you with a monthly shaven candle that you don't usually see too often. But as you can see here, right here, boom. You got a shaven candle on the monthly here, and you could get another one. So it's just something that we're going to have to wait, but I want to be tentatively bullish here. If we close below 57.2, I'm going to rethink that. But I do like the breakup trend on the daily. And I think that we're seeing, like, we're not going to be able to take a position on this, but I think if we come over here and look at ETH is one. I didn't take it last night because 2 others looked a little bit better, but now, of course, it says there's a rising explosion level. But it didn't at yesterday's close. This would have already hit TP1. We ended up taking MATIC and Kusama, but they look very similar to this chart, and they're not negative at the moment, so we're doing fine there. ETH looking great. Bitcoin dominance dropping to it. Coming back down to set into this channel. You're just going to have to wait and see what kind of... Just sliced right through that whole order block there. You're going to have to see where it catches, but you are getting a continuation short on a new low. So that could end up bleeding out a little bit more as well. And if you pop over here to ETH dominance, I was talking about this yesterday, and we have clearly broken that now. So Ethereum is looking much better here in the interim. Like I said yesterday, you're probably gonna do you to be in Ethereum over Bitcoin, and that currently is the play. Alts and basically the entire alt space isn't suffering either from this. As you can see, everything now beginning to get above its baseline. Alt perp, DeFi perp, Dragon perp, getting sold into a little bit here, exchange perp. But again, all these things can change by the end of the day. I think it's a big monthly close. The traditional markets are just getting hammered. Gold getting wicked up to the baseline, now getting sold into again. That looks pretty bearish for gold. Same thing with silver here, coming back down to test this level here within this block. Again, not looking super strong. We just have to see if this acts is support or not. Dow Jones just getting smashed. Yeah, not looking very good. Again, it's one of those things you just got to see if these past levels hold. Likely to get some kind of bounce in here to fill these gaps, but if we go parabolic to the downside, it's just going to go parabolic to the downside, which is something I've been scared about for a long time, but I've been talking about it for so long that it feels like it's never going to come. So I'm just going to wait for the evidence of those breaks, and then we can really go into full-blown short mode on traditionals. But this does look super weak. And I said yesterday off of this short signal that this looks like a good opportunity to short into this, and it does end up that was the case. Got a lower low here, and it's still looking very bearish with an expanding explosion level. Interesting stuff happened here on the Dixie. If you come down to the hourly, some fuckery for sure. But when I look at this and I see a candle like this, I usually see these get retraced all the way. So in my head, I'm like, okay, was all of this a big fake out on the alt markets on the past few hours of volatility that we had, that 5 to 6% sell-off? Because it correlated perfectly with this. And then usually when I see these retrace all of that movement. So I'll be really curious to see if Bitcoin closes positive today above the baseline and this ends up selling off. I think that would be super bullish for the month of December. But as for now, I'm just kind of waiting and sitting on what it is that I can take. Like I said, took MATIC yesterday. This was the signal on MATIC. Looks very, very similar to the ETH. Got the baseline pullback. I just took it as is because it was within the qualifying line. Still looking good for continuation. Kusama was also the other one I took yesterday. And Kusama was tighter to the baseline, so I liked it a lot more. Playing out beautifully so far. Getting close to that TP1 that's sitting at about 399. So sitting at 384 currently. So nothing to do with that, other than just wait for the monthly to close and see where we go. But I really do want to be bullish here. I think it'll be a lot of fun to close the year out above 100K. Because if this is a continuation off of that monthly, is going to take us at least up to 70. I think at least up to 83, to be honest with you. But again, we're just going to have to wait till close. Interesting stuff, exciting stuff.
Yeah.
I want to see us go up.
Yeah, beautiful.
I would love to see us hold from here.
Yeah, beautiful. What looks like the makings of a beautiful continuation setup on the monthly. All right. You got more, or you want to hop into requests?
Yeah, we can definitely hop into the quest.
All right. Well, I already got quite a few stacked up, guys. We're all caught up on requests, so we're gonna
make sure that we check out the monthly on these as well.
Definitely a good idea. All right. What do we got here? First one up is Tezos for our dear Peckham 08. Put that on screen for you guys.
XTZ, boy.
Yep, we also have Boris Bitcoin requesting XTZ. Happy monthly close to everyone requesting a look at XTZ. XTZ looks like a nice trend break with bullish momentum.
I agree with you, and this was something that I was talking about with you on the break of this downward channel. I talked about, yeah, with this live, you're talking about that cup and handle, and then we looked at this about a week ago, and I was like, yeah, you could take the chance here, but I'd rather have that break above the channel. And I think that this is great, man. This is beautiful. You had that wick back down to test all this noise back down to this level, and nice baseline bounce. And now any close like this today would be a solid continuation or a initial long signal into that breakup trend. I think that this is a beautiful signal. And without WADA here, I mean, of course, you're gonna have to wait to see how it closes. If it closes negative, unfortunately, I wouldn't take it per my system, but I do think that it's a legitimate breakout of this trend. I mean, we can even draw this a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty solid break above that, and I think that you're liable to come back all the way and test all the way through here. I think that this is a beautiful play. Like I said, be patient, wait for the break above. Now you finally got that, especially with today closing the way it is. Go ahead and take it with using a take profit of 621.2 as your first TP, then just let it ride, man. I think that this is a beautiful spot, and your hypothesis of the cup and handle, I think, will complete here if this ends up being the break. And it's not something I like to play, but this is a pretty classic cup and handle formation.
All right.
Yeah, beautiful spot, man. I really like it. I'll put it on my chart because it could end up being a full signal today.
All right. Shoutouts to Peckham08. All hail the Tezos. XTZ request is off the list. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. We got Cardano. Alex81SG writes, and only one thing is certain in crypto nowadays. Cardano keeps going down. Okay, how bad is this downtrend on Cardano? What's the monthly looking like? Are we really in a monthly downtrend?
I wanted to look at this real quick, and I do think that this is bullish as well, especially right before the monthly close, because if you look at that big old candle on the daily, how big of a percent was that? From here to here. 24% candle right before monthly close that gets you right back above this resistance level. I think that's beautiful, man. That's extremely bullish. Look at that baseline bounce on the monthly. I think this is a beautiful entry onto on a break of Tezos, man. And then you could have a very easy stop down below here, because if you break below this, then of course you're going to get sold into. But I think you've spotted something beautiful here. Okay, let's move to ADA.
Yes, sir.
ADA, just, I mean, nothing you can quite do here. But you do like to see this big old wick here. You hope that it behaves somewhat like Tezos. But again, you got to wait for this trend break here. You just don't know if it's going to be something that just languishes and dies, or if you get that buyback. But nothing you can quite do here. Giving you take profit short signals. Looks like a little bit of weak, I think weak hidden divergence. No, never mind. That wouldn't be right. But yeah, getting you exit signals, not necessarily telling you to go long, but if you're in any short positions, but if you have been, you've done well to get out here and then just kind of wait to see what happens. In my mind, if we do end up being bullish here across the market, I think that you're going to see the same kind of candle out of ADA as you saw from Tezos. And it would be super interesting that if you're looking at this and you're like, okay, well, if it's going to behave the same way, that would mean that you'd likely get a buyback up to that $1.74 before monthly close, if it was going to make it really easy on you, which it usually never does. But I think that would be interesting. But nothing you can quite do on it. If you're in ADA, you've already lasted this long. Like, why not give it a couple more days? But yeah, nothing I can really do for this. If anything, I would just be guessing or throwing my own biases into it. My systems say do nothing with it here.
All right, not much more to add to that. Big shout outs to Alex A1SG for that Cardano comment. What do we have next? Tarun Kumar, is it a good time to buy GALA now?
Man, I just really... This is exactly what I was talking about with this. I don't know how this got off. Oh, maybe it was doing it that way. Okay, yeah, it was doing that way. So I did say that it would likely come back down here and test this trend line here, which I do think that it likely will come down here and test that 53 cents. I think 53.5 would be a really good entry into this off a bounce, but that is insinuating that it holds. If not, I think that you're going to cut straight through these levels. I am pretty hyped on the metaverse myself. I think that these projects can do extremely well. I'm like, the more and more I get involved with them myself, the more I'm understanding the potentials that are there. Again, this could just languish sideways here for a little while and then break back above. Any close above that 73 cents, I think you're going to have another run in it. But it's really far extended here. I would wait for a significant pullback. You've already ran up 890%. I am bullish on these metaverse coins, but I don't want to buy something at the top of an 890% movement. Check out the monthly. I mean, the monthly is just cray. Not really much you can do with that. Yeah, I think you have some more downside for GALA. I do.
All right, well, that was GALA, guys. Let's go ahead, get into the
You
next.
can take a stab at it, I think, at that 53 cents on looking for that pullback. But to any close below 52.5, get out.
All right, that's Jason's thoughts on GALA. Let's go ahead and get into the next request. What do we have here? It's the following. It's HBAR and UNO for David Rice. Okay, let's give HBAR a quick look.
HBAR. I do like how it's coming back up here and seeming to be gaining support from this 100 EMA here. Getting pinched in here between. This could end up being another one of those 3-bar plays. I do like that you got sold into and bought back up. Nothing I can quite do here yet on the daily. Do like the break of trend on the daily, as you can see here. A lot of breaks of trends recently. And then coming back up here to gain the support. I like this. I like this formation for further upside, but nothing you can do yet. We'll just have to see. But I do like this pattern. I think that over the next few days, you'll likely see it break above and close above the 13. And then that'll be a proper signal, and then we can take it. Check it out on the monthly real quick.
Yep.
Yep, again, pulling back up to right up to these old resistance levels, now becoming support. I think that these are great signs for continuation out of these coins. I like it.
All right, I think he likes it.
Not you can take yet, but I think that it's shaping up beautifully.
David Rice is up.
Especially when looking at a monthly chart, of course. I mean, like, over the course of a month can feel like a lifetime. So, like, if it doesn't go directly up, people are like, what? That's wrong. Like, you have to wait till the candle closes. It's so hard.
Indeed. All right, UNO. We got UNO next.
No. USD. I think, I looked at this yesterday. Nothing you can do with it. I did note this break a trend yesterday. Then we're coming back down to test it. It does appear so far that you have evidence of some kind of support building, just nothing you can do with it quite yet. And that's why you're getting this take profit short signal, because the oscillator just crossed over and you're holding support for now. But if you do cross back under, it's going to give you that continuation short, and then you can jump back in. But nothing you can do as of now.
Did we check it on the monthly?
Monthly looks pretty good. You did come down here to test this range. It does appear. Yeah, I mean, the monthly actually looks pretty good for another 3-bar play. So if it did close like this, if you were going to play that proper, you would enter in at the close of this candle and then put a stop loss below the level of 55 cents. that would be the way you'd play it. I would, of course, use a stop loss timeout. And if I was playing the monthly, I don't even know how long that would be. But it would still be a legitimate play.
All right. Good stuff, boys. Let's continue to the next request. Doing great on time today. Big shout out to Jason holding it down in the hot seat this Tuesday afternoon. Monthly close. Crypto Cats. Let's look at BNB.
BNB was one that I was going to take yesterday on this continuation, but just decided not to. Of course, now it says it has a rising explosion level as well. Didn't yesterday. But to be honest with you, if we close positive today, anywhere around where it is, I wouldn't have a problem getting back into this. I do think that it's a solid continuation. Even when I look at it, this initial long signal, you would still, well, maybe not. This does look like a proper signal with just some throwback on top of it. Entering here could end up being a good idea. I think BNB looks strong. As for the monthly, oh yeah. I think beautiful on the monthly, this continuation right here playing out. Let's see if you get a new all-time high close, man, that would be very bullish for BNB. What is that? It opened at 622.6. Yeah, it's currently above that, so I think that's crazy bullish for BNB here. This is a monthly chart, so man, that would really put us into a swing, wouldn't it? I mean, like, charts like this excite me because the extension off this usually is 75% of that. And I mean, I couldn't imagine $1,000 BNB here. It's super interesting. Yeah, you got 4 hours till close, so keep an eye on this. But on the daily, I do think it looks good. It's just not one that I took. An entry here would still be good for the continuation yesterday. You already got the baseline pullback, so I do think that it's a good spot. If you wanted to wait till close, I wouldn't fight you either, but you already got the pullback. Entering in here would be fine. And taking it up to the devil's number, 666.
All right. Excuse me. All right, I'm back. Let's get into the next part of CryptoCats' request. SAFEMOON.
Do I have to do this on?
Nope, I think SAFEMOON's big enough. You should be able to chart it. This is, of course, against wrapped ether, guys, not the ETH, or not the USD pair.
I mean, it looks pretty weak, but it's always weakest just before the rise. What is this? Off the top. Let's just see where SAFEMOON came down. Why isn't this giving me any percentages? Come on, man. Huh. Weird. So it went from 13. Oh, wait. It went from 19 to 7. So that's over an 80% pullback. Right onto this shelf of support. I don't think you're an idiot for looking at this spot for a reversal, to be honest with you. Nothing you can quite do right now. Getting a continuation short on the daily. Funny thing about that is usually continuation shorts are, like, not every one of them, but you usually see a reversal right off of a new continuation short. That's always something that I've noticed. Nothing you can do right quite here. But I do think that it's a good spot. If not, you're going to cut back through all the way here, as you've seen it come down and test before. So you could get a sell-off down to this level and then consolidate a little bit here before you get that pop-up. But wait for the break of trend. This is negative right now, and just let it be negative until it's not.
All right. Well, that would be CryptoCats' 2 requests, guys. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. It's going to be.
I think the monthly is interesting, looking at this shelf of support that's getting bought back up to. I've seen this play out, this chart pattern play out with just another candle right off of it with the same length as this. So wherever it closes, you get an extent. Oh, I don't know about that, but You get an extension up there, and then it grows a little set of boobs for some reason. But yeah, I've definitely seen that happen before. So the monthly, that's an interesting show for support there.
I mean, say doesn't go back too far, but indeed, that's something.
The monthly chart.
Yeah, I know. Still,
but still, like there's something there.
Something there. Indeed. There you have it, guys. Being SAFEMOON in the bag. Getting into the next one, we have HBAR and Litecoin. Did we do HBAR?
We did HBAR
yes,
already.
We did HBAR. So let's look at long-term Litecoin, asks David Rice. Okay, maybe an entry. Something cheeky to get in on a long-term.
Does appear we have a break of trend here. I like this stair-stepping motion. 3 white soldiers pattern to the upside. Usually when you see this means that lower time frames, the volatility has been nice and tight. Yep. Just march up, march down, march up, march down. I think this is indicative of building a nice solid base for continuation to the upside. I think that this looks good on lower time frames, beginning to burst here. Continuation back above the 100 EMA on 4 hour. I think that that's looking very solid. It's just not quite there yet on the daily, but you are breaking this daily trend. This looks a lot like Bitcoin. Other things right now that had that a lot of things look like this with this march up. That's why we just kind of got to wait for candle close to see if we end up closing positive or negative. But lower time frames are looking good. I think you need a couple more days on this, but Litecoin could be giving you a full signal within the week. Take a look at the monthly. I'm not liking that wick so much right at close. You got a continuation here that did end up playing out on this, so nothing you can really do with that. Yeah, you're just gonna have to be patient with it and wait. I'm not really getting anything from the monthly. Let's just let it play out the way it's gonna play out. If you end up getting that daily signal, then I think you can definitely take this to a new all-time high, because it's not too often that you see all-time highs look like this in a double top formation, especially with the runs that we've been having. And if not, then we're just gonna go into a straight bear market. But we could have a couple more swings and attempts before we break down. But I'm hoping that we break up.
All right. Well, there you have it, guys. Jason's thoughts on Litecoin. Big shout-outs to David Rice. We did look at HBAR earlier. Getting kind of closer to the close of the show. Let's get a couple last requests looked at. Profit Bear. I want to get back into Crow. Where is there support? I'm thinking like 29 cents, but do you think it's further down, like 18, 20 cents?
This is what I was talking about. We mapped this perfectly on the break of this more parabolic trend. And then I said we'd likely languish sideways here, come down to test this one. And then we just kind of got to see what happens. So I do think if you're looking for like that strength, if you end up closing today positive, back above this 13 EMA, there's a good chance that this is going to act as support and you're going to get another run to the upside. If we break, I think that your chance to get into Crow sitting around that 44 cent range on a pickup of this parabolic trend, but then a close below that is going to take you basically, I would just mark it half and half, probably straight through here. And if we get real bad, then you'll probably just sweep all the way to the 100 EMA. But this seems to be holding. Volatility is not increasing right now. You're getting smaller candles, and it does appear that this is becoming support here and not able to break below here. So again, wait for the daily. Let's look at the monthly. The monthly is just price discovery. So it wouldn't shock me at all if we get some sideways action, some wick down, some wick up. But nothing you can you that's actionable on the daily, only if you're trying to catch a reversal, and that's just not the way I trade.
Yeah, it seems like it's flirting in with that channel. It could go both ways. Hey, what does the EMA 100 put us? What's the percent value there?
The 100?
Yeah, how much is that roughly?
The 100 sits at 33 cents.
Ah, 33 cents. Well then, my dear Profit Bear, it seems like your earlier thought of 29 cents might be the best you'll get if this bullish trend is to continue.
Yeah, because I'd put this order block right here. Let me see if I can find. I can't.
Looking for VPVR or what?
No, I'm looking for a box. It won't give me a box. There we go.
Just the box.
So right, what's in the box? So yeah, it would be sitting right between here. If you got that break below the trend, I think this would be your buy zone.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the best entry, and then whether that swings up to just test the underneath of this trend line or whether it breaks out, you just don't know. That's why I always, when I take a position, especially day trading, I know first take profit immediately because I'm not ever just thinking this thing's just going to go up or this thing's just going to go down. I understand volatility. But yeah, I think anywhere from 44 to 33 cents, somewhere in there. But if you wanted to tighten that up, yeah, 33 to 29 cents, try to catch that. But that would be quite the dip. If we dip all the way down there, I think the rest of the market's probably going to turn around as well.
All right. Good stuff. 13 minutes to go in the show. Let's get into one of the last requests of the day. Also, D-Livians, you might be wondering what's going on with the chest. Unfortunately, I didn't get the keys to the chest today either. Hopefully by tomorrow, I'll be able to grace you guys with some good lemons. So today, no lemon giveaway. Just KCS is next.
KCS is not a coin that I can trade.
We can get you on KuCoin, bro. It takes 2 minutes to get on KuCoin.
But this was a glorious signal yesterday. Everything that you want to see. Rising explosion level. Watt is there. Everything confirming. Time transformation crossing over 0 as well as Minx. Entry yesterday taking you up to 29.50. Or sorry. Taking you up to 28.24. So you're closing in on that right now. I think that this is a beautiful chart right now. My entry into it was yesterday, but this is bullish. I would be happy being in this right now. I would take out TP1 and then just see what it can do. Take a look at the monthly. Yep, monthly looks great as well.
Wow.
With a continuation over it's the highest close that it's ever had, over its highest price. So this is very bullish for KCS.
Yeah, I saw some pretty bullish comments in the chat, guys. Something along the lines of KCS is going to run and do a BNB. What's the price at right now?
$26.69.
Yeah, it still seems reasonable. Still seems, at least in terms of just pure dollar value. You're going to tell me about, if you're saying BNB, we know what BNB did. What did that hit? Highs of $670-800 this cycle around. The KCS, it's that kind of per token value. I can see why people are rubbing their hands in delight. All right, KCS looking super green, super juicy. Let's get into one of the last requests. It's Harmony, one chain for Alex81SG.
This looks really weak, man. Did this short end up playing out for you? So you got the short signal here. Actually, nope, Wada did not confirm. You're just kind of languishing sideways here with a false short signal. Nothing you can quite do here. Just kind of got to wait to see if this level holds. There's a lot stronger things looking out there, man. I would just look for something else in the midterm. I wouldn't be trying to, again, catch any knives here. There's so much stronger stuff in the market right now. Don't worry about this. If anything, if you're holding it, I don't think it looks very strong here at all. I would be out just considering the short. It's not a full short signal, but it looks weak to me. But I also wouldn't be in this position. But as for the monthly, not a bad chart. Getting bought back up to here. But I think that this kind of cries for a kind of a baseline pullback, but it'll probably be slow over the next couple months, or you get just a candle down here and then it wicks back up. But I think that this looks weak. I think there's much stronger things out there right now, and if it turns around, you'll know.
All right,
Yeah, I would
wonderful.
be much more interested in other things.
There's your look at Harmony One Chain. Let's get into GT. What is GT coin? Oh, Gate Chain. Gate token.
Rather solid long signal here. It would be one that I would not take right off. I'd look for that baseline bounce, or if anything, I would look for the bounce off of this top shelf here, which it looks like you did already get. I do think that this is a quality long signal, and I don't, with the baseline bounce that you've already gotten, you could wait till today's daily close, and if it closes back above the 13, you could go ahead and take a shot on this position. Up to that $7.48 range.
What's the price on this right now?
$6.84.
Okay, yep, this is the right one.
Let's see if there's any kind of support hanging out around here.
I think this is the Gate.io token. Am I correct, guys? Please, I think it is, right? I recognize the token logo.
That's
Looks like
Gate Chain.
Yeah, I think this is
Was there big news for them lately?
for Gate Chain or who?
For Gate Chain or whatever. I thought I heard about that.
Okay, yeah. So maybe it isn't Gate. For some, why do I think that this is Gate.io? Oh, because the logo looks.
And I do like this. I do like this stop loss as well, because that $6.61. If you get back to this level and close back below there, you're going down. So that would negate this position. But as for my system, you could be in a full long position right here, no problem. I like this close back above resistance, coming back down here and now acting as support. You wouldn't be a fool for taking a shot here. I like it.
All right. Yes, people in the chat are clarifying that we are looking at the Gate.io token. I thought so too. Yeah, so this could be an exciting time for the likes of KCS, Gate.io. Heck, even BNB could go on. Apparently, many believers of $1,000
by the
BNB.
chart that I looked at, like, there's a chance that BNB could be at $1,000.
Yeah, people are saying it's going to burn coming up on BNB. In that case, yes, $1,000 BNB doesn't sound so ridiculous. Let's go ahead and get into.
It makes me so mad because I remember it at $37.
No kidding. What were we thinking, right? Let's go ahead and get to this next request. It's the following. ETH1. What about SFP, Jason? All right. What about SFP, Jason?
SFP. This
SafePal, I think, token.
Is this metaverse? No, this is, or it might be. It's just a goofy ass chart, my friend.
SafePal.
Interesting to know.
Yeah, this is the token for that SafePal wallet.
I don't hate it. I don't like that this hasn't been tested at all from that $1.63 up to $2. This continuation signal here with a close like this. I mean, yeah, that does appear that it's regained its weekly support. But yeah, again, this is a weekly, so you could come down here a little bit, but it's a goofy chart. Yeah, you're just gonna have to be patient with it. If you continue to go sideways like this, at some point this week, this will turn over for a continuation. It's goofy looking, but in my mind, it has covered all of its bases on retracements that I could see that would drag it down, and it did regain this level here that I think is crucial, that $1.92 range. So honestly, if you wanted to be one of those people and see if this level holds, just to take a position to the long side and close anything below 192.
All right. Don't think
Yeah, it's an interesting chart. I don't see one like this too often.
Definitely caught Jason's attention today. Big shout outs to ETH.D. That's a look at SFP for you. All right, 4 minutes left on the show. Let's knock out one of the last requests of the day. It's going to be to Cybernetics. Cybernetics writes, RVST, please. All right, let's do it.
RVST?
Yep, RVST. Maybe take out the USDT.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
RVST. What comes up? There we go. That's the Ether pairing on Uniswap.
Let's see if you actually hit that. Looks like you would have been in a full short signal from here. Did not hit that TP1. You'd still be in this position. Any close back above this 13, you'd get out. But as for now, this is still bearish. Does appear that you are gaining some support off of this level. Getting a crossover here, which could be an early exit signal for you if that's what you were using for your short. But nothing you can do with here. Of course, interesting levels of support being obeyed. But
yeah, seems to be potentially onto support.
not much you can do here. But if you do get this back above, then taking that back up to that point, not one, it's likely to happen. But as for now, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
and that's kind of like the whole point of my strategy is I look for very particular setups, and then I know that there's meat on the bone, and then it gives me the guidelines to just follow, so I don't end up like trying to catch a knife, or like maybe I can get in here, or maybe like this position I would be short looking for that, and I missed the TP, and I would still be in this position. So in my head, I'm like, all right, well then there's no sense in taking any kind of thing. Just let it play out, and then if it closes back above, that would have been a losing position for me anyways. Like I'd rather those things play out than actually put real money on the line, and then just use hopium. That just doesn't make any damn sense.
All right. That would be Jason's take on RVST, whatever it's called, RVST. Cybernetics also wants to look at OVR next. Yeah, maybe just type OVR.
He's a Uniswap trader.
Yes, he loves those low cappers.
I mean, I don't hate this. This is one of those patterns that just kind of keeps jumping up on you. You got a continuation signal here 2 days ago. And we're coming up to the median of that range. I mean, it is at a level that has acted as support in the past. Right here, as you can see, wick up, then boom, went parabolic, then got sold into completely.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either, but funny thing is, you almost got 2 continuations here because boom, and then boom, you're getting another one today. I like that it came back down here, tested this, and then got bought back up immediately, and then sold off again, and then got bought back up, and then you have a nice little reversal pattern here. I do think that this looks strong. I really do. It's not in any way traditionally what I would trade, but I think that this keeps gaining more momentum to the upside. I think that this is a good continuation, to be honest with you. Then just follow the rules, man. Yeah, put that stop at about not 5-1, and then see if you get that price action up to not 6-9. That's just the way you go. Set it and forget it at that point. It does look like a solid signal, and today we'll be closing another continuation signal if it closes as is. So if it closes above the open of not 6-2, then I do think that this is good for another continuation to the upside.
All
I
right.
hate that it hasn't come back down here to test these levels, but sometimes you just don't get that on parabolic runs.
Well, there you have it, guys. Not much more to add to that. We are 2:30. We have a couple of requests left on the board. Sadly, I think we've gone pretty long today. We did quite a decent amount of requests. Let me shout out who remains on the board. 2 requests. We have one here from B-Flow. If Luna closes where it's at, do you think it's going to keep on going or ripe for a fake out? Well, I'm kind of curious to that question. What do I want to give Luna?
Well, here's the thing on Luna. That's just so impossible to tell right now. I did think about taking this closed this way on Sunday. That's why I didn't take this position. I did see it yesterday on this positive close, and I thought about taking it, but MATIC and KSM, Kusama were initial signals, so I figured I'd take those. This did play out beautifully, looking great. I think this is a new all-time high. Weekly, monthly, everything. See, this is that exact same pattern I'm talking about. This on the weekly resembles very closely what I'm thinking of for that last coin that we just looked at. OVR, was it? It was an odd pattern, but it looked just like this.
Mm-hmm.
This is a weekly chart. So let's see. Let's look at the weekly. Let's just add it in there just to see. And I think that it's evidence of what kind of price action that you're likely to get with OVR as well. OVR. Here's the daily. On the right here is the daily OVR, and on the left here is the weekly Luna. These are very similar. And it hasn't quite gotten the breakout. Luna's getting the breakout right now. Of course, these are much different on time frame, but the patterns themselves usually play out the same. So Luna, I do think looks very good here. As for the fake out, you just can't know that, man. You could have a super positive monthly close, and then all of a sudden you just wick all the way back through here. I mean, that happens as well. But I mean, I'd really like to believe that we're about to go into a parabolic run. That would be freaking sweet, but we just can't know that. But as for Luna on the daily, I think it's a little past you. Should have been taken here 2 days ago. But I guess we can go back in and see if we can't put some fib extensions to see if there's any targets that are clearly in sight. Let's just see. I mean, she's gotten through quite a bit of it here. But, I mean, this has you going all the way up to $95, and where she's sitting at right now. I mean, that's 2x from where it is right now currently, right? No, 58. Sorry. So yeah, there's still room on the table for sure. But I don't think on the daily that it's wise to take the top of a green candle. You should have been in this 2 days ago. But it looks very bullish. I think that if anything, you can go into price discovery here. So I don't want to oh, it could be a fake out just to scare you, but this is what a real breakout looks like, and it could turn into a real fake out. But I think that for now, you just need to be bullish on it. If you're in it, be in it.
Yep.
And here, I don't think it's good for day trading, but there's a difference between investing and day trading.
Yep. As great of a run this has, it still looks mighty green, man. Looks mighty juicy.
It does.
With that said, are we getting into one more? Are we?
Well, it's on the list. QTUM.
QTUM, last one of the day then.
And
Let's do
thank
it.
God we did, because look at this bad boy. This is great, man. I love this. I love that we already got the throwback here to come back down and test, and now you're getting a close back above this signal here. This is great. This is everything that you want to see. I hope that there's QTUM on Bybit. This is an amazing signal. I love this. QTUM to the moon, or at least up to 1809. I like this a lot.
All right, shout out to Boris Bitcoin. Always bringing us solid observations in the market. That's a good snag. QTUM. Put that on the watch list, guys. Not trading advice, of course. With that said, that would be the last request of the day. It's a good way to wrap the show up. Let's say we guys rewind the show down here. All right, what do we got to talk about? Well, there is, of course, the premium offerings. Have you checked out premium.cryptocurrency.com? I'm not sure if our Black Friday special is still going, but I'll mention it anyway. You might want to check this out if you haven't yet. This probably is the last, well, no guarantees. Maybe it runs a few more days. We have a few coupons here for you. Black Friday 15 to get your 50% off for the first 15 customers. And we also have Black Friday, just Black Friday. That gets you 30% off our premium offerings. Highly encourage you to check that out. Premium.cryptocurrency.com. Never a better time to grab yourself a premium membership if you like the way Jason, approaches the markets, does his trading. What do you think? You'll learn that over here at the CC Trading Academy. Highly encourage you to check that out. All right. You should check out results.cryptocurrency.com just to see that,
Monthly close today. I actually got to close out my journal today.
Yeah,
I
going to be closing out the journal.
Had some goofy things happen in the background with numbers, so I got to get with Johnny to get that all squared away. But excited to see the overall P&L of the month.
I think you did well this month, my man. Of course, that's what we do right here. We log, we keep tight accounting of everything. Can't be an accountable, profitable trader if you don't keep good accountability of everything. That's what we do here. Check out our journals. Check out our.
I wouldn't have the nerve to get on screen with you guys and to talk about what I think if I just sucked at this.
Yeah, if you didn't have the data to back it up.
Because I know I'm not the best presenter and I'm not the most technical when I explain things, because let's face it, I've only been doing this 2 years and I do it a very particular way to where I don't need to know all of the colloquial terms that everyone uses and stuff like that. But I'm getting better, and with you guys with me, I think that we're all going to get better together.
Indeed. Yeah, Jason, hats off to you. Thanks again for holding it down. 2 episodes in a row. You might very well be back for a 3rd one tomorrow. This man never quits. The full-time power TA segment is done.
Never closed, baby.
All right, guys. Much love to you all. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Yep. Well, real quick, though.
What's up?
It is a big monthly close here. Wait for the monthly candle to close. It's only in 3 more hours. You can do it, because there could be a lot of volatility between now and then. You just never know. You just watched a 6% correction get bought back up 4% already, and you could see another one in the next few hours to the upside. Who knows? So just don't make any trading decisions before the end of the daily candle, the end of the daily close, because it'll be the monthly close. Then you're going to have a really good idea of where a lot of price is sitting. And then from there, hopefully we can turn this into a bull market, baby.
Indeed. All right. Look forward to it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe. I'll see you on the other side of December, I guess. Peace.
Goodbye.
All right. We're muted. We're outro. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good episode in. Currently earning our key, but as less I couldn't, and then my time expired, so I guess my account's stuck there. That's why I cannot pay for it now. Shit. I'll get Ben to maybe let to go for payday. Yeah, I could care less. Not that I really need to interact with these people too often.